But trust me and trust the process. You're going to look a mess before it look good. That's the thing about makeup. You're already using multiple brushes, so you don't want to add any more to the party. Trust me. This is cute. Love this for me. As a woman of color, child, we just have multi-dimensions. It's just very frustrating, you know, to not have something that matches you perfectly. And then I'm multicolored anyway. The struggle is real, but God is good, and I always end up looking good, thank God. So, a bunch of brushes. Thank God. Because you don't have to use expensive products to snatch the face. And we're just going to blend just to make sure everything looks good. And then you also have to give the foundation time to oxidize too. This is when you know if all your blending, foundation selection, contour selection is going to make you look like a baddie. My little bridal look, and I'm gonna take my hair down. Ooh. So basically the contour and the bronzer I'm using under the eyes. So yeah, makeup has no rules. If you guys want to see this wedding inspired makeup look, keep watching. Hey guys, it's your girl Diana. Welcome back to another makeup tutorial. So I want to do a talk through this time. Voiceovers are cool and all. I probably do creams and liquids, not too sure, but let's jump right in. So of course I'm going to be using my P. Louise base, and this is in 01. So I'm just going to put this all over my eyes. I'll probably do like a simple eyeshadow look because I really want to do skin. Skin has been my obsession. Well, it's always been my obsession, but I'm really obsessed with skin at the moment. So yeah, so we're going to blend this in real quick. And I'm just going to bring it up into that concealer I have under my brows. I did my brows off camera because, baby, my brows need to be done and I'm growing them out. So that's why I did them off camera, because I don't want you to say, what is she doing? Her brows need to be done. I know. I've always had thin brows anyway, so. And then every time I shape them up myself, I go overboard. So I'm trying not to do that this time. So we just growing them out. But I kind of want to do something super simple. Eyeshadow. My skin is already prepped and primed off camera. So we're just going to do a simple look and see what I come up with. So yeah, let's just do the eyeshadow look. And I'm going to do a lot more talking once we get to the skin. I forgot to set my concealer, y'all. Just so everything could be smooth, I forgot to do this step. This side is okay. I'm going to just set right on top. So when I start to blend, it should be better than what it looked like now, because this is way too choppy. And we're going to go right back in and blend. This side is super heavy, so I'm going to have to go in heavy on this side. It may not even work because, you know, this has setting powder, but I'm going to try my best to make them look the same. And we're going to pull it under the brow just to help the nose contour. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to go in with something super, super soft just to help me blend it out a bit. So we're just going to go with a light brown. I wish this palette had a mirror, but it doesn't. Tap off the excess, and we're going to just blend right up in here. I may have to cut the crease just because the crease is just so... Nah, I probably don't. I probably don't cut the crease. I probably just try to finesse it. Because in all honesty, I don't want to cut my crease today. It's not that type of day. So we're going to take some black right in that crease. And we're going to try to make it look like something. Because I didn't want my crease to be this defined. Like, this is a very defined crease. We're just going to go in the crease. And then we're going to go back with that brown. You're going to look a mess before it look good. That's the thing about makeup. and intricate looks like this and multiple colors and blending, it's going to look scary before it looks good. But trust me and trust the process. We're going to go back with that first brush with that dark brown, and we're going to blend out these edges. See, it's starting to look better already. See how it looks better already? We'll go back with that medium brown, and we're just going to blend. See, starting to look better already. Yeah, I didn't want it to be so, you know, but it's fine. I'm going to take some base, and I'm just going to pop her right up in here. Just to create something, because, baby, I didn't want it to be so, you know, intricate, but here we are. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So I'm going to pop this on. I kind of want to do a bridal look, because I know people are having, you know, summer weddings. Go in with some of that dark brown right around the edge, just so that whatever you put on the lid really stands out. So the black just helped to deepen the crease. Okay, so my next step is I'm going to add something shimmery on the lid, just because I want to do a bridal look now. Like I said, this palette is not pigmented at all. So I'm going to take the end of my P. Louise and I'm going to scrape, just so I can get some shadow. And I'm actually going to use a fluffy brush for this. So we got a bunch. I'm actually going to use the same brush that I did the crease with. I'm just going to clean it off. You're already using multiple brushes, so you don't want to add any more to the party, trust me. So I'm just going to get some of the shimmer. Hopefully this works, because this palette is not. I'm going to pat it. Perfect. It's coming out. So we're just going to pat it in place, right on top of that base we just put. You're going to get fallout. Well, I'm going to get fallout. Hopefully you're using a better palette than me. Okay. Super pretty. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Same thing. We're just going to pat multiple layers. Well, I'm going to pat, like I said. Multiple layers. Just because this palette is not good, but hopefully, like I said, you're using something that's good. And I want the intensity to be, you know, up there. So I'm just trying to pat and get multiple layers. So this is like a champagne shimmer color. Hopefully y'all getting that. Perfect. So I'm going to take the brush this brush actually was not the brush I used to do the brown. This was the brush that I used to do like this bridge color right here under the brow bone. So sorry for that mistake. Now I'm taking the same color dark brown brush, and I'm just going to just add a little bit more, just so that, you know, the crease pops a bit more. I'm not going to add any more black because you don't need it. The black is just there to intensify the brown, and we have that shadow. So now we're just going in with that brown. Taking that same brush I used with the shimmer and the brow bone color, and we're going to get more of the brow bone color, and we're going to blend it out. Because anytime you add shadow, you want to blend. Okay? You don't want to have it be boxy and choppy. You don't want choppy eyeshadow, trust me. So it's looking good. I want to close this out a little bit. So I'm going to take the brush that has the black. I'm not going to get black. I'm going to get a darker brown. Almost black, but not black. And you're just going to tap right in here. Because when you do your wing, you don't want it to look unfinished, you know. But sometimes it's cute when you just have that shimmer and then the wing. But in my eyes, it looks incomplete, sorry. So we're just going to pat this dark brown here, right in the crease. And we're going to feather it out. So see, it has like that shadow effect. That's what you want. Well, that's what I want anyway. So I'm just going to pack it. I'm patting and pushing. So I'm doing like a inner sweeping motion. So sweeping inwards. Because I know brides usually like shimmers on their big day. So pretty. If you want, you can just pat this into this corner up in here just to create a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Perfect. Now I'm going to get a liner because of course I forgot my liner, so I'll be right back, guys. So now I'm going to take my liner, and this is the Super Precise Eyeliner, long lasting and waterproof. Didn't know this was waterproof, period. From Ulta. And I'm just going to do a soft wing. I'm not going to do something too crazy, but well, hopefully I don't make it too crazy. So yeah. Okay, perfect. And of course I got my fan to dry my liner. So perfect, my liner is dry. In all honesty, I'm always looking for a brush. I love that I got a fan because, to be honest with you, drying your liner with your hands or just like using your eyeshadow palette, it's not the move. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take, I got a bunch of stuff here. I think I'm gonna take my concealer. This is Warm Sand from Too Faced, and I'm just going to clean up so I don't have to go too close with my brush. That is another thing too. Don't ever do liner and not clean it up. Just wait till you do your face makeup, because to be honest, if you put your brush here, you're going to be so upset. I've done it many times before. I'm just trying to save you some aggravation, girl. Get some concealer and we're going to clean up. Yeah, clean up that liner and make it look super crisp. Not like it wasn't crisp without it, but I'm just saying. Perfect. So I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm just going to pat this down. So if you see me looking off to the side, you can see the side of my mirror. So I'm using a handheld, and I'm also using my mirror on my desk. This is cute. Love this for me. So I think we're going to move into the skin portion. Everything is prep and prime, like I said. So I feel like I'm going to do creams. I really love creams. Now, when you're working on yourself or a bride, creams are the way to go. You see me all the time on my channel using liquid, but I think I'm going to ditch the liquid for 2025. Cream is the way to go. So I have my palette here with all my black opal foundations. And to be honest with you, foundation for me is very hard. Chest and my neck is lighter than my body. My arms are darker. My arms are lighter than my hands. As a woman of color, child, we just have multi-dimensions because we multifaceted. So I kind of did the nutmeg last time. I still want to do it again. I feel like nutmeg is a good base for me. I think I kind of want to do nutmeg by itself today and see if it'll work. So let's try out nutmeg alone. I today. I actually do have spatulas and I left the spatula on my desk. It's all good though. So I'm just going to apply it. See, like nutmeg looks good in the center of my face, but not on the perimeter of my face. So I feel like I want to do that. Do multiple colors today. My Lion King face, that's what I call it. Where I have one shade here, another shade there. Yeah, like it looks good on the center of my face. But I'm going to just put this around my mouth. It's fine. And I'm so neutral. It's crazy. Okay, so my next color will be hazelnut. So I'm going to put hazelnut on the outside of my face. Well, like, you know, the jawline. Not the outside of my face, the jawline. It's honestly something that I just gave up on because it's hard for me to find my tone. I want to do rich caramel today and see if I'll like that. I did Heavenly Honey last time, but this is cool nude, right? Cool caramel, sorry guys, cool caramel. And I'm just gonna add that in. So nutmeg and cool caramel is what I'm using as my foundation. Hazelnut is my contour, right? Absolutely. So I'm going to spray my face so this could blend easier. And I'm also going to spray my brush. And I'm going to blend out here first. And then we're going to contour second. So I just want to blend this out. It's so hard. I mean, it works out in the end because, you know, of my powder and things. It's just very frustrating, you know, to not have something that matches you perfectly. And then I'm multicolored anyway. The struggle is real, but God is good and I always end up looking good, thank God. So, okay, and I don't want to use the same brush for my contour under my, on my jaw. So, I'm going to just end up using this brush, this dual fiber brush that I know I'm going to have a hard time washing out later, but it's okay. Just to help me balance out what's going on. So I try to use cool tone contours and yellow tone foundations because that's all I can really find. Because not every woman of color is yellow tone or red. I'm neutral, olive, and I'm a black woman. So it's very hard to find those colors. So we're just going to fight. We're going to fight for our life. But I like to, you know, contour and highlight and things like that just to bring more definition into the face. And I don't have a lot of brushes. I thought I had more brushes than that. I'm gonna have to go get some brushes. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys, and I got a bunch of brushes. Thank God. Okay, so I'm gonna need a contour brush. I'm gonna contour with a cool tone. What did I contour with last time? I think I contoured with Ebony Brown, and I really enjoyed that one. So Ebony Brown is a cool tone. So we're going to get the Ebony Brown. Contour, and I'm going to just get that where I need her to be. Right? Yeah. I have more on my brush, but we'll just put it here. I'm going to spray my brush again. Always want to spray your brush when you're blending out creams. You can blend like a dream. I'm going to also spray again as well. And I'm just going to push the contour in. Now, when I'm against a blue background, I tend to look more yellow. So hopefully you know, everything is looking good. Well, it looks good in person. It doesn't match me to a T as usual, but we are definitely, I'm going to have to use my other mirror for this side. Because this baby hair is so unruly. This baby hair is so unruly. So we're just going to blend up. Okay. And here we're just going to tap until it starts to fade. If you want, you could bring some down. I'll make sure I look good. Yeah. And then the powders I'm going to use are neutral as well. I forgot one powder. It's all good though. Okay, so for my nose contour, we're going to use Ebony Brown because... No, we're not going to use Ebony Brown. For my contour, I'm going to use Hazelnut. I'm going to just use Hazelnut again for down the bridge of my nose. Because it's not too dark, you know? It's not too dark. So we're going to leave her. I think I'm done with this, so I can close her out. Okay, so like I said, it does not match me perfectly, but this is the skin I am in. So I tend not to be too upset. Oh, I'm not done. I'm going to actually highlight as well. I'm going to take... Is it cashew? Yes, I'm going to take cashew and I'm going to go under the eyes with cashew. She's neutral, so I love me a neutral. Anything, because since my skin is neutral and everything else is yellow. So we're going to pack her. I'm going to do creams and a liquid under the eyes. I'm also going to put this on the top of my lip. See, we're not going to go too close because we already have coverage, but you want to connect the coverage. So this was cashew. I'm going to go in with Cool Tan and undercut my contour, okay? So now we're done. So when it comes to creams, you want it to warm up the face. So that's why when I applied the foundation first, then I did it on here. I went here and blended it out. Then I went here and blended it out. The only thing I didn't let sit was the contour. But when it comes to my highlight, I definitely like to make sure that it's melted into the skin. So I'm going to let it sit for a second and then we'll be back to blend. And I'm going to add the highlight right here and right here, whatever is left on the brush, because around my mouth always has like this dark cast. So I'm just going to not have that today. So I'm just going to let it sit, like I said, for like 1 or 2 minutes, and I'll be right back to blend it out. So now it's time to blend out. So I'm going to take a puff and I'm just going to blend out under my eyes and wherever I highlighted, but I'm going to start from the bottom up. And your chin is going to spread. Don't worry about that. We can always reinforce the contour. I'm going to blend as well over here. See, it just gives it a nice subtle look. Doesn't have to be too bright, but see, it just adds something to the skin. And then we're going to do the same thing here. And my puff is dry, of course. Okay, so I didn't do anything on my forehead. I do that for a reason. I only do powders on my forehead. So we're going to leave the forehead till the end, probably. So now we're going to do under the eyes. Blend. Seamless. Same thing on the other side. Just going to pat. Okay. The nose contour now, we're going to take the eyeshadow brush that we used for under the brow bone, and we're just going to softly blend it out. I'm going to take the puff again and try to like fold it in half so that the center is sticking out. And then we're just going to blend it. Because you don't have to use expensive products to snatch the face. I feel like creams are the way to go. Liquids is cool too. I love my NARS. Natural Long Radiance. But baby, she gets expensive and nobody has time for that. I wonder if I should put this. This is just sitting here, so maybe I should just use this. This is the Juvia's Place concealer in the color 15. I actually wanted to do something brighter. Yeah, we're going to put this here. Apply it here and just here. And then I had my Too Faced as well, but we're already here with the Juvia's Place. And I want it to be affordable. So this is a little brighter. Let me see. This is no number. It rubbed off. I don't know what number it is. No. Nope, they're too similar. Found the super bright one. This is in the color 20. And I'm just going to take 20. And I'm going to just apply 20 here. Now you can skip this step. You can go in and start to set. But I'm extra. And this is a bridal look. And this is a bridal look I would do on myself. Because I'm only doing my own makeup. I'm not going to hire anyone to do my makeup. Well, maybe one or two people that used to work with that MAC. But I'd have to find a number and all that good jazz. But this is what we have. I'm actually going to put 15. No, I'm not going to put 15. I'm going to put the one that has no color. I mean, no name, no color, no name. And I'm going to extra highlight. So I'm doing creams and liquids. This is a bridal look. So it's going to be full glam. Okay? And I'm going to take my fan and I'm going to dry the concealer all the way down. And then we'll come back to blend. We are back. And I'm going to blend from the bottom to the top. So the concealer is more full coverage now. I love this concealer. It's just way too dewy for me. And the chin is going to spread. But like I said, we're going to just wrangle her back in with the contour brush. See? Super cute. And like I said, you don't have to do the extra concealer step. I'm just extra. I'm going to actually stop, go back with my foundation brush. Just because I don't want under here to be too bright. And we're just going to tone her down a bit. Contour as well. So you guys, all the time when you are blending shadow, you go in with the brush that you use last. Same thing goes for foundation. So whatever is left on this brush, we're just going to blend it out. Okay. Now we're going to blend this out first. So I'm not going to go straight in under the eyes. No. Okay. And one thing about this concealer, a little bit goes a long way. So I probably didn't have to go in with so much. So I'm actually going to wipe my puff off a little bit. Wipe it off and then go back in and blend. See? Yeah. This concealer is so good. It just goes a long way, like I said. And I ain't need all that concealer. I didn't need all of it. But it is what it is. So we're going in with the contour brush just to tighten up the edges. Like I said, once you apply anything, you go back with the brush before. Foundation brush as well. And we're just going to blend. Just to make sure everything looks good. And it does. So we're going to wipe off the puff again because I'm going under the eye. And we're just going to blend it. And if you know, you know, I love me a bright under eye. Yeah, these Too Faced, not the Too Faced, the Juvia's Place concealers, a little bit goes a long way. And I just was slathering it on. But it's okay. Because we're here now. That's fine. So just use a dot. I'm using this mirror over here. I'm supposed to be using this so that I'm facing you guys. This skin smells good. We're gonna take the rest on the nose. And then we're going to blend. Because whenever you apply something, you blend it out and then you go back with the brush that you used right before in that same area. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. How I just use a powder puff, but then before that I blend it out with this brush on the nose contour. Do the powder puff, go back with the nose contour. This is cute. I'm going to start to set. I'm going to do banana bread under the eyes today. I didn't do banana bread under the eyes in my last tutorial because I didn't want a bright under eye, but today I do. We're going to do Cinnabon, of course. And I have another one. Probably not. I probably left her. But I do have Sugar Cookie, which is just the white translucent. I probably don't use her anywhere, so it's okay. So I'm just going to be using these two. I have another one. It's going to bother me. Let me go get the other one. She was sitting right here. Blondie. Sitting here behind the brushes. So I have Blondie, banana bread, Cinnabon, and then I use translucent sugar, which is Sugar Cookie, 4 of the Huda Beauty powders, and I'm obsessed with her powders. Blondie gives me a brighter under eye, which is weird because, let me show you guys. It's weird because banana bread is brighter than Blondie. But Blondie, she's strong. She's super duper strong. So I'm going to use her under the eyes today to see if I like it, because I've never used Blondie under my eyes. But we're going to do it today. Yeah. I'm going to take that same powder puff, blend out, and then I'm going to use it with the setting powder. So I never used this powder, but we're going to use it today to see if I like it. Because I usually use the banana bread. I think I probably still use banana bread to bake. This is just setting. So right now we're just doing Blondie. Just to set. Don't forget under here, girl. And then you also have to give the foundation time to oxidize too. So see, it's starting to like not be so bad. Yeah. So I've pushed the powder in all over. So you can use your setting powder to set, which is what I'm doing. And you can use your setting powder to bake. It's always this big confusion about setting powder and baking powder. Setting powder and baking powder, in my opinion, is the same thing. Because I'm using my same powder to set and to bake. So I don't know why they make it like so confusing, but it is what it is. Now I'm going to take banana bread and I'm going to bake with my banana bread. So I set with Blondie and I'm going to bake with banana bread. So I'm going to get some powder out, load it up, and now I'm going to bake right on top. I just love banana bread. I don't know. Blondie, I don't know. I just can't get with her to bake. But I'm going to use both today, so. You see how just, do you see how it just gives me that brightness? Like, I can't get that with Blondie. Blondie's cool, but Blondie's not for me. I just, like, look how it just, you just know I'm going to have a bright under eye. I'm going to leave under my contour alone. You know, whatever's left, you don't want to waste anything, you know? So now I'm going to take Cinnabon. Cinnabon is my contour. Cinnabon is the darkest powder I have from them. I'm going to set my contour. Not going to contour. I already contoured. I'm going to set my contour. So this is when you start to chisel out the face. And you can see, like, this is when you know if all your blending, foundation selection, contour selection is going to make you look like a baddie. Because when I get to this step, that's how I know, like, she looking good. The nose contour. I'm going to do it several times because this is a little brush. And you want to make sure that the entire nose contour is set. Okay, so I went and I got my Juvia's Place blush, and this is in the volume 4. I'm not gonna go crazy with this, trust me. I'm just gonna go with both, and I'm just gonna softly blush. Just right up in here, softly. Pigmented contour brush. Because like I tell you, when you apply something, you go back with the brush you used right before it. Okay? Okay, the next step is what? Now. Oh, to set my face. Did I bring my powders? I didn't bring my powder. Okay. So now I'm going to take my powder from MAC in the color Dark Golden, which is not the color I wanted, but it is what it is. This is what I grabbed. What? I cannot believe I grabbed the wrong powder. It's okay though. So we're just going to blend everything in with this powder. It's neutral, so it should still work, even though it's lighter than my foundation. My foundation is darker than it, so it's setting it either way. It didn't alter anything. It still looks good. And I'm just patting and buffing at the same time. Okay, so the face is looking good. I'm just going to contour now. Even though, you know, my contour is set by my setting powder from Huda Beauty, I'm going to set with an actual bronzer just to warm up the face. I'm going to bronze, and I'm also going to contour, and I'm going to show you guys the difference. So this is my palette. This is in 8T. And this is a bronzer and a contour, but I'm going to use 2 different contour and bronzer palettes today because I'm extra, like I said. So I'm going to use the 8T to bronze. I take these 2 colors right here, and I don't know if Morphe makes this anymore, but I'm going to take the 2 bronzer colors. They're actually labeled, so they have a highlighter, 2 bronzers, a contour, 2 blushes, and 2 highlighters. I love that because people don't know what a bronzer and a highlighter is. A bronzer is something that adds warmth to the face, and a contour is something that adds shadow to the face. So I'm adding warmth right now. So I'm just going to bronze real quick, and I'm going to actually take this on my forehead. I'm going to use this to bronze my forehead since there's product on here and I don't want to waste it. I don't put any liquid on my forehead. I just use powders. See? And then the center is going to stay highlighted, which is what I love. Okay, so I'm going to take a fluffy brush, right? And I like to use bronzer with a fluffy brush because bronzer, you want it to be airbrushed, and contour, you want it to be precise. And I like to use bronzer with a fluffy brush because bronzer, you want it to be airbrushed, and contour, you want it to be precise. So I'm going to take those 2 colors that I just showed you guys, and I'm going to just bronze the face. I like a big fluffy brush because it does not precisely put it. And I'm going to bronze here. So I'm going to switch palettes, and this is the 8R. And as you can see, this is way darker. And I'm going to take... And I'm going to take... I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied. I'm going to take the contour color, which is this one. See how dark and cool that is? And I'm going to take this and I'm going to precisely place it where I want it to be, since it's so dark and cool, and I love that about it. So this is what it looks like. It's super dark. I'm going to place it right here. That's where I want my contour to be. Bronzer is all over. Contour is going to be precise. So right here, just going to tap it in. My baby hairs are just not letting me be great today. I'm going to tap it in. And I'm going to also put this under here, because contour is going to be way darker. It's going to be cooler, so it's going to be more of a shadow. Okay? I'm going to take that brush that I used the bronzer with to blend out the contour, so it's more airbrushed and seamless, since it's more concentrated and directly put where I need it to be, I still want it to blend. So the rule still applies. You applied your contour, we're going to use the bronzer to blend it out. And then we're going to go back in with a little bit more blush. So the rule applies. Every time I apply something, I blend it out, and then I go back with the brush before, and sometimes the brush before that, depending on what it is. See how airbrush it is? I'm going to cheat. I'm going to take the highlight that I have left on this sponge. Keep saying brush. On the sponge, and I'm going to fake my highlight because I'm not putting any product on my forehead. So we're just going to pat this into place, whatever setting powder, whatever concealer, whatever highlighting product I have on here, which is both. We're just going to apply it to the forehead. See? I'm going to go back with that bronzer brush. Rule still applies. Whatever you do before that last step, you do it over. I'm going to begin to dust away this bake. We don't need it anymore. Oh, and I forgot to do my blush, but we're going to do that in a second. Yes, I did say we were going to go back with that step because I kind of lost some of my blush. Powder blush you're going to lose. You're going to lose it because it's powder and you already have your face set with powders. So putting a powder on top of a powder on top of a powder sometimes does not work. So we're going to go back with the blush. Just softly. And I just do patting motions. I don't want it to be too concentrated, but it's still kind of bright. I try to have it like hug this bone up in here. Hug up in here. And we're going to go back with that brush with our face powder. And I'm going to blend. $25 and $33 from Sephora. Love this. This is the dupe for my MAC powders, I believe, because this is what the MAC powders used to look like before they changed the packaging. Smaller than a face brush, bigger than an eyeshadow brush. And I'm going to go back and forth. And you're just going to go over it. I hate that my setting powder is the last powder. So I never do that. I always put a powder on top. This is a face powder. But, you know, everybody has their own way of thinking. So, yeah. Makeup has no rules. And wherever we highlight, I'm going to put this powder. And then we're going to blend it out. Go back with our blush brush first. Just to help everything blend. Ooh, it's so pretty. My little bridal look. And I'm going to take my hair down. Ooh. Under the eyes is bright. Hopefully it's not too bright for you guys. But I got me a bright under eyes. We're going to blend out everything with the face powder brush. Forgot to add powder here. Oh, I didn't use the bronzer on my nose. I forgot that step. So we're going to use the bronzer from the 8R AD. This palette is broken. This is the 8R. So we're just going to... The bronzer is not that dark. It's just the contour on that one is super dark and cool, so I don't love it. And we're just going to blend out the face powder again. Use my Studio London. And we're going to shake it up and we're going to spray this down. But it's looking so good. I love it. That's why I always say trust the process. The foundation was definitely too yellow for me. But then, you know, it still looked good on my complexion because I do have yellow tones in me. I just feel like my neutrals and my yellow tones are kind of like 50-50. But look how the foundation just oxidized. You gotta give yourself a chance. Just don't throw it away and say, oh my god, I don't like it, you know. I'm just touching up with each step. With each step. So, you know, make sure. I'm gonna go into lips. So we're gonna do MAC on the lips, you already know. So we're gonna do chestnut and cork mixed. We're going to do Really Me matte lipstick, and we're going to do Delight on MAC. You already know I'm a MAC girl. Chestnut first. And I'm also going to set around my mouth. I forgot to keep my bake there. Ooh. So we're going to take Sugar Cookie. Just because my lipstick always gets there and then around my mouth always looks kind of dark like in pictures. And I have to like go in and edit that. And that's literally all I do edit because videos don't lie. You know what I mean? But yeah, okay, so now we're going to go in with cork. And cork I'm going to use just to blend out the chestnut. Because it's more of a milk chocolate and chestnut is a dark chocolate. So I kind of like want it to like be a fading situation. Chestnut to me by itself is cute too, but sometimes she's a little dark for me. So I'm going to put the lipstick in the center. So cute. And I didn't forget to highlight my lashes. And I got to get my liner. And I'm going to do an under eye smoke. Real cute. Okay, back in action. My battery died. And that gave me a chance to just go get my liner. I'm going to be using the dark brown liner in Whiskey from Urban Decay. I'm just going to put it on my, not my waterline, but like kind of lower than it. And then use it to like blend out my shadow. I'll probably use bronzer. Why not? I'm just going to add some Sugar Cookie under my eyes because I don't want the shadow to give me any fallout. And also, I love an extra face, so we're just going to be extra. I love being extra with my makeup, so why not? Perfect. And I added the Sugar Cookie. Really, it gives you an extra bright look. Not that you need it, not that I need it, I want it. So let's just take the liner. And I'm going to apply my contour color because it's nice and dark. So I just want to like really smoke out the bottom. So I'm just going to add my contour color from the 8D, super dark. Like, you see how pretty that is? I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to take my bronzing color from the 8T palette and I'm going to blend out that under eye. So basically the contour and the bronzer I'm using under the eyes. So yeah, makeup has no rules. So pretty. If you wanted to go back with whatever was left on here. And I'm just going to take my foundation brush and I'm going to knock off this. Well, I'm going to push it in. I'm going to push it in. Perfect. This is so pretty. Don't forget this right here. Because I hate when the side of my mouth is so dark. I hate it. Period. Push this into. And I'm going to leave the sugar cookie under my eye, but it's already set with the silverware powder, so it's not a big deal. I know I did say that I don't like to leave the setting powder for the last thing, but I'm gonna spray my face again. So I'm gonna let my face dry down a little bit more. As a matter of fact, I'm not. I'm gonna go in on my highlight. I'm gonna take the two highlights from MAC. One is Silver Dust, she's white, and the other one is Golden Bronze. She's a bronze color. I'm gonna take whatever is on the cap and I'm gonna highlight. I don't highlight anymore, but since this is a bridal look, you know she has to glow on her special day. I'm just gonna mix the two. This face is so pretty. Put it right here. So pretty. So yeah, something super simple. And of course we're gonna blend with the blush brush because that was the last step before the highlighting. Period. Spray again. So to prep for my eyelashes, I always put glue on top of the liner and then glue on the lashes. Simple lashes. Take the glue and we're going to just line on top of the liner. This is the scary part, y'all. I don't ever want to get a liner on my lashes. So the last thing to do is add my gloss. This is Delight from MAC. Pretty pink. Now I'm adding Princess Cut from ColourPop. It's a clear gloss. You can see. And I'm going to add this around the liner. I want to spray again, but coming up. So I don't, you know, mess anything up. And I'm going to be back to show you the final look. And this is the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed my in-depth makeup tutorial. You can use these same steps with cream and liquid. So yes, I am obsessed with this look. So pretty. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Show me some love, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye, guys.
You should just know, babe. You should just know. I've been thinking about it, praying for the week and make it run away. Looking for reasons for me to skip the play. Sorry if the words I say they cut you deep.